when I was editing out my video, the Scrapwood clock number 3, I noticed that I was getting a little bit of snipe. You can see it here. Now I know I've talked about snipe before, and there might possibly be somebody out there that really doesn't know what snipe is. I didn't know what it was once. I could see it, but I didn't know what caused it. Well, this is what causes it. I have 2 machines in my workshop that give me snipe, my thickness planer and my drum sander. We'll talk about the drum sander here. Now I know that this looks a little bit like a green R2D2, but if you were to take the sides off of the drum sander and see the working parts, it'd look something like this. Now what happens is that as the board is passing along, the pinch rollers are holding it down. And as the board passes underneath the center pinch roller and the pinch roller then runs off the end of the board lifts up just very, very slightly, maybe only about 1/1000th of an inch, but it's enough to make a noticeable difference on the sanded surface. The snipe is actually caused by the very last sanding roller. And anyway, that's what causes snipe. Now even though I can feel the snipe, which is right there, in other words, this section is thinner than this section. I can lay my straight edge on there, and I can't get this feeler gauge underneath it. So, in other words, the snipe is more visible than anything else, which I guess is a bad thing. But it's not very much. Well, okay, enough with the snipe already. I think I've explained it about as good as I can. Now I had entertained the idea of putting biscuits in the joints here, but I can see that that's just going to be too much work, and also these little short pieces are just too hard and too awkward to put through my saw without having them flip up and maybe get my fingers cut. So I've given up on that. And I'm just going to use my Titebond 3 glue here, and I think that'll probably do just fine. And if I draw a line here, I know where to put the pieces so that they line up with the string later. Well, here we go. And I want to make sure I get enough glue on. Now you can see why I drew those lines. Well, we'll check it in the morning.